sure.
I have to do physics today.
I have to do English and French, do history. Oh, what she did.
I wish I was in history. So
It's so true though. The thing is, like, I don't find homework like that. It's not that important to me. Like, I'll do it, but I'll do it last minute.
What kinds of courses are you taking currently?
I have chemistry.
I have physics,
And physics.
General arts courses,
English.
English, and
social sciences,
Math. And
art.
French, and a spare.
Hannah, Emma, and Zach are 3 students approaching the end of their time in high school. I've come to talk to them and find out how they feel about school, stress, pressure, and just being a teenager.
Look at the sleep-deprived teenager.
Are you enjoying school?
Nah.
Classes, not so much.
Just in general stressful with all the projects and stuff. But
It's university time, so applications and especially because I'm going to fine arts, I need to hand in a portfolio, so that's kind of conflicting.
How do you manage your stress?
I try and do a little bit at a time and not try and do everything at once and just take it day by day.
like going to the gym, watching movies, reading.
Eating a lot.
You get a lot of homework on an average night?
Definitely.
How much?
I'd say 3 to 4 hours. I only do an hour, 2 hours of it.
More important to me is like, you know, with your friends, because your weekend is not for school. You've been in school for 5 days.
Yeah. And also, I think just homework in general is just stupid.
It's like,
Especially because we have an hour.
you spent 75 minutes today in this class, and also how many hours of school a day? And here's some extra stuff for you to take home and do. Really?
I mean, the most pressure I feel is from universities and trying to get good marks to get scholarships.
How old were you when you started to think about university or your career?
Since like grade 8, grade 9, earlier.
3-4 years ago.
Well, I really thought about it from like grade 3, grade 4, but not really seriously.
I don't know. It's just speculation, and you don't really realize that it's coming soon, and then you freak out and you don't know what to do.
That's kind of hard for like somebody in grade 9 to be stressed about that kind of stuff.
So you think that's too young?
Yeah.
You don't really know who you are. Like, I didn't know who I was. How are you supposed to know what you're going to do for the rest of your life? On tests, if they're really conceptual questions, I'll get them. And also if it's stuff I memorize, because I'm good at like looking at something and just like memorizing it.
That's not actually right.
But I know that's what I'm saying. It's like school is marking you based on how well you memorize something. That's like, well, congrats, your memory's great. You're going to do great in life.
Yeah.
What do you think about our school system?
I think it's alright. I think it could be better.
It sucks. A lot.
You can't take a teacher and individually teach each person, which I feel is the best way.
Like, definitely our school system is more geared towards sciences. I think I get a lot of pressure from teachers, actually. Sometimes I feel like they don't really accept the fact that I want to go into fine arts. They kind of push me more towards the sciences, which is unbelievable, and it's very annoying.
Why do you think that you get pushed towards the sciences more than the arts?
You know, that's a question I've been wondering a lot lately, and it's really interesting because everybody's like, oh, you'll get a job, you go into sciences, but like generally, right now, like this generation coming out of university, like barely anyone's getting a job. Like not even if you're just like great at math or science, nobody's getting a job. So I don't know why. School systems are like based off of that system that was made like in the 1800s.
I know,
And
it's so antiquated.
It was about trade. Like that's what you do, go to school.
Are you looking forward to graduating high school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not really.
I don't know, high school sucks. So
Here it's so safe, and if you mess up, it's like there's always something you can do. But when you go to university and when you're finished with that, you know, it's really all on you. There's no one you can fall back on. So I don't know. I'm kind of worried that this is like as good as it gets, and I don't know what comes after.
Do you consider your social life a priority of yours?
Yeah.
No, not really.
How many hours a week would you say you hang out with your friends?
More hours than I do homework.
Probably 4 or 5 hours a week.
So you spend more times with your friends than homework. Do you think that's the way it should be at your age?
Definitely.
Do you think that's the way that the teachers think it should be?
No.
With the stress of school, especially in grade 11, 12, like you really need that. And they don't really tell you that you need to take a break, which I find is really fundamental because, you know, your brain can't really function that well.
They don't acknowledge the fact that everybody learns differently. It's like, well, it's kind of because you like brainwash us to think that we all learn the same since
Yeah.
we were like 3.
Yeah, they like brainwash us now to like think that if we can't learn the way that everyone else learns, then we're stupid and like we should get help.
In school, they look at the really practical jobs like lawyer, doctor, those sort of things. I feel like they sort of direct you into the jobs that they want you to have, but there's so many more jobs out there.
I think that the school system should acknowledge that everyone learns differently.
I don't think we should be worrying about who we're going to be 10 years from now or what we're going to do 10 years from now. I think being a teenager is about discovering who you are and having fun.
I mean, it's really dumb. It's kind of like the Breakfast Club, you know, because all these kids are in detention for things they didn't really like deserve to be in detention for, and they just kind of talk about how school affects their lives, and it's just so horrible because their parents have such great expectations of them, and they just don't find they can fulfill it because there are other people than who their parents want them to be, and it's really important, I think, the message of the Breakfast Club.
In the final scene of John Hughes' classic movie, The Breakfast Club, he wrote a manifesto of sorts, which now seems forgotten. The bottom line is that being a teenager is hard, but this time is for us to realize who we are. So everyone else should just back off and let us figure it out.
Dear Mr. Vernon, we accept the fact that we had to sacrifice a whole Saturday in detention for whatever it was we did wrong. But we think you're crazy to make us write an essay telling you who we think we are. And you see us as you want to see us. In the simplest terms, with the most convenient definitions. But what we found out is that each one of us is a brain,
And an athlete,
And a basket case. A princess.
and a criminal.
Does that answer your question? Sincerely yours, The Breakfast Club.